Hi there. Thank you for joining in with us again on this part 3 of content versus the container. Which is going to benefit me more to focus on as technology continues to advance, as new things come out on the market, as different facets of social media become available to us as consumers? Which is going to benefit me more? Getting stuck in the proverbial sand of yesterday and try to address continuously the old containers that was used in days gone by? Or do I need to get up to speed and come up to a present now and realize that there are answers for this dilemma at hand and these challenges at hand, and that is not focusing on the container, but rather focusing on the content. Now, yes, as it is with most of all issues, what was once a dominant topic in one generation, it becomes an obscurity in the next generation, and due to the advancement of technology. Yet in spite of this reality, I want to tell you again that there are so many of us who are still beating the dead issues of the past. We're refusing to accept the reality of even their own involvement in the very thing that they pride themselves in condemning. Think about that. Some would have their congregations even swear to secrecy. Don't you tell nobody. But we can watch certain movies to a certain rate, but don't you tell anybody, because our fellowship will get after us, and the men we fellowship with and the churches we fellowship with, they will view us as not being strong anymore. So we'll do this in secrecy, and we'll do this under the radar where nobody knows about. I want to tell you something. I really believe that kind of approach to social media, it breeds deceit. It breeds hypocrisy. Now, if that's what we want to put into people, and if that's what we want to be in ourselves, then more power to it. But the truth of the matter is, that's been deceptive. And the truth of the matter is, that's absolutely been hypocritical, in my opinion. So people are scared to address these topics because they're afraid they'll be viewed as a compromise, or I've compromised the gospel. Listen to me. These devices of social media have nothing to do with the gospel. The gospel is the good news of Jesus Christ. These devices have nothing to do with that. So let's not get a confused mindset about what's the gospel and what's not the gospel, what's eternal, what's not eternal. And that's another topic for another time. But so many are scared that they'll be viewed as a compromisers and not strong. And so in others, on the other hand, they simply choose to ignore the issues altogether. And they kind of have the approach that I'm not going to let my right hand know what my left hand's doing. And so basically they practice whatever fellowship that they're around at the particular time, then they'll be whatever that fellowship particularly is, and however they stand or view a particular social media device. And so they kind of have the chameleon. You know what a chameleon is? It's a little rascal. He jumps on a leaf. If it's a brown leaf, he actually turns brown. It's just the way that God made them in their makeup. If he jumps on a green leaf, then he turns green. It's actually a chameleon approach to social media. And so the truth of the matter is they just continually change their positions because of men's admiration, because they're afraid to address the issue that is really at hand. Now, other people, I call them closet viewers. And what that means, they view social media content in the closet necessarily. They in a motel or at a friend's house or a neighbor's house, or under the radar. They view it under the radar. I can't tell you how how we used to be as kids growing up. We'd go to Walmart when we knew a ball game was on or whatever. And so I remember one particular instance, we snuck over to Walmart and we was going to kind of check out the ball game, and we come, sneaking down through there because it was a small community and the church was a larger church, and a lot of folks, obviously went to Walmart. The world kind of evolved around Walmart. And so we kind of watched what we were doing, got back there, and lo and behold, here's some of the brothers from the church. They're back there doing the same thing that we're doing. I call this closet viewers, okay? Because we're afraid to address the real issues at hand, just flying under the radar. And some choose to be this way, just them and their family and, and their circle of little buddies. they know what they're doing, and so they just do that. But I want to tell you that in the middle of all of these inconsistencies, there's a right way to deal with these issues, and I'm just, I guess, old enough and just maybe brazen enough just to lay the cards on the table and say, let's get off this hypocrisy. Let's get off of this high horse of hypocrisy and man-made religion that we're scared of what somebody's going to think or whatever. And let's just be real. Let's just be real about things and about these topics that are at hand, okay? So it's very, very important. Now, I want to make a disclaimer here at this point. I'm not encouraging anybody to open the floodgates of social media. I am not at all even implying that a person should just, throw open the windows and let whatever comes across social media in any facet just flow into their home or flow into their lives and the lives of their children and family. I'm not even implying that at all. So if you think I'm implying that, you really are sadly mistaken. That's not at all what I'm implying. I'm simply saying we have to answer the question, what is going to benefit me better? Content versus container. What's going to benefit my family better? Content versus container. What's going to benefit my church family better? Content versus container. So again, I'm not at all encouraging opening floodgates of negative or unwholesome content. I'm simply addressing this issue for your thoughtful consideration. Okay? So I hope you got something out of this. Tune in for the next one. God bless you. Bye-bye.